Hi, my name is Kabeer, and I'm a rising junior at Saratoga High School, and this is my second milestone for my intensive project. This is my smart robot, which is capable of detecting both walls, and if it's on a table, it can detect the floor. That way, it stays on the table and wanders randomly across the table. So, for my first milestone, I used an ultrasonic sensor so that it would detect walls, but temporarily I disabled that, and I decided to focus on the two IR sensors at the front, being infrared sensors that can detect whether or not there's a surface below it. My initial kit didn't come with an actual sensor, but instead came with an IR LED which releases an infrared ray and an infrared phototransistor which can detect if the ray bounces back to it, and then will adjust accordingly. This connects to a breadboard on the side of the robot, which then communicates to the Arduino whether or not the pin is active, being whether or not the phototransistor is detecting an infrared wave bouncing back towards it. That dictates whether or not the Arduino will continue to move the motors forward, or if it will decide to turn in either angles depending on whichever one is not active. And if both are inactive, it will simply move backwards. So one of the major things I learned about was the difference between the emitter and the collector, which are the two pins on the phototransistor, and I didn't know which one was which because based on the longer pin, so I tried a number of different wiring configurations before I figured out that you have to have the two sensors side by side and not together like in the schematics I found online. That was quite a struggle, and another thing I struggled with was the robot actually backing up too far or taking too sharp of a turn that ended up with it falling over the edge backwards. And for that you can actually see that I had to hot glue some of this back on because my arms actually snapped when the robot fell off the edge. This is a short demonstration for how the robot will work.